Mic check. Checking the mic. Make sure it works. Whoever's here, go ahead and say hi. Make sure you can hear me. And we'll be getting started in a couple minutes. Do a presentation, and then we'll get into a little bit of Q&A for everybody. But just say where you're from, where you're tuning in from. Say hi. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up or a hello, something. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up to get it out to more people. Help push it out on that YouTube algorithm. I'd really appreciate it. All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mike's Microgreens show, episode 1, as we reset and redo things here a little different on the channel. Doing the Monday nights now, kind of taking over for the Donnie Greens of not doing a show on Mondays. Here, we're just going to do a little teaching in the beginning, and then we will get into a little bit of Q&A with everybody for a little bit and answer any questions you might have. Just want to let everybody know this video is brought to you by the Microgreens Business Coaching Program, which is our program that we do. So we're going to get into this presentation, and then we'll get into talking about the business coaching program here in just a moment. So I've been asked quite a few times from quite a few microgreen growers, what is the hardest part about growing microgreens business? It's for them to get customers was the number one response. So we're going to get into that. And today we're going to go over the top 5 ways we found to get customers in our microgreen business when we're getting started. Keep in mind, these are the mostly in order of where to start, what to do next. So we'll start from the beginning of the steps and go from there. So let's get into it. So a little bit about the business coaching program. We'll talk about that here real quick. So the business coaching program, we do an exclusive videos just for the Microgreens business coaching members. We guarantee at least 2 exclusive videos a month. We usually are putting out right now about 1 a month. 1 a week, one a week. Plus we do bi-weekly coaching programs where it's exclusive just for the group, that we do coaching programs and answer all your questions in depth, what you need to have for your business and how to grow your business. We give away spreadsheets that we use, programs that we use, how to calculate pricing. Budget ones coming up here soon. And more are getting released as we go. If anybody's got a question about that, we can answer them after the presentation. So let's get into that. So the number one place to start selling your microgreens is your friends and family. Obviously, when you start growing, you want to get them, give them out free samples, get them in hooked. Hopefully they're there to support you and they buy from you. Friends and families, neighbors even, make sure you check with them. Co-workers, they make your great first customers. So you want to start there, and then it gives you the proof. We're growing healthy, delicious food. Why would you not want to share them with the people that you like the most? Hopefully you like your co-workers, but definitely your friends and families. We offer microgreens. The friends and family is a great way to share some of your new passion with them and make money at the same time. They also offer great ways to test different flavors, different combinations, and get honest feedback. Hopefully they're giving you some honest feedback. So it's a great way to figure out what sells, what people like, and where you're going to go with it. So that's a great way to start. So definitely recommend starting with friends and family and coworkers. Second one we find is great is a farmer's market. It takes some time to build a solid customer base at the farmer's market, but farmer's markets are a great way to get your microgreens in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people and potential customers. It all depends on the rules in your area, but you may be able to sample, which is definitely increases the chance that they'll buy. If you can get samples in their mouths, basically if you can get food in their mouth, they can taste how great these microgreens are, these people are going to buy. I think every time we've sampled, we've definitely increased our sales. Now that we're through the things that we had to deal with the last 2 years, it's a lot easier to get samples and do that at the farmers markets. Rules are back to normal. So you definitely can get the samples in place and get it in people's and let them taste it. That definitely will increase your sales. Another great thing about farmers market is there's no orders. You bring what you have. So if a crop died on you, it didn't go well, you don't have it. No big deal. They weren't counting on it. They didn't know what you were bringing. And you just tell them you'll have it again next week if they were looking for that, and make sure they come back next week. Or if you're doing a home subscription, we'll talk about here in a little bit, you can say, hey, if you want to guarantee you have that, just go ahead and join our home subscription program, and you'll make sure that you have that at your door every week. So when you're new to grower, you may have crops that fell, obviously. So that's just bring what you can. It's not a big deal in that situation. So just bring what you have. So it's a great way to grow what you can, grow what you have. Something fails, not a big deal. Just bring what you have. 3, one way that we help grow our business during the slower season, during the off season for farmers markets, was online farmers market, which was all year round. So we found a great way to sell the excess microgreens as well. So like if you're having to grow a tray of peas, but you're only selling half that tray, you can offer that to the online farmers market and sell it there. And hopefully you sell it off. If you don't, you were going to have to sample it or give it away anyway. So it's a great source of extra income there that you didn't think you had. Why these aren't in all areas, you can join one. It's usually beneficial if you can join one. Orders are placed online. You're told when to bring it in and drop it off at a hub, and then they deliver it out. So definitely right now, it could be a lot more beneficial with gas prices are at. You just got to go to one place instead of 20 places or 10 or 5 or whatever it is. You drop it off at one place. So definitely be beneficial, definitely if it's closer to you as well. The market delivers it out. The farmers produce the items, and the customers takes percentage of your sales. They can range anywhere from 20 to 30% of your sales that they're going to take. So factor that in there, but it's just like doing a wholesale. So it's not that big of a deal to do that. This is where we use Market Wagon. Online farm markets for us, you can see they aren't in all areas, but they are in similar companies in other areas as well. Know another company that's like St. Louis and down. So definitely other companies that the same with online farmers market out there. So you definitely can check out them. So don't worry about that. Just find one in your area. Just look them up. You'll be able to find them, and good to go. 4th way, once you're good, so it's home deliveries. These are a great source. Once you've established a consistent growing schedule and growing, and you're pretty good at growing and getting quality products, is another great way to build your customer base through home deliveries. We advertise our delivery options while we're at the farmers market, so it's another great way to get. These are established customers, obviously. They've already bought from you, hopefully, and they can just get home delivery. It's a great way to market your home delivery without any cost. Ask your friends and families, existing customers, obviously, and refer their friends. Ask them to refer their friends. Hey, if you're liking the product, make sure you tell your friends. Maybe give them something off, give them a week free, something, whatever you want to do to entice them. The 1 week free will, if they get you one person and last the whole year at $20, that's $1,000 they gave you. So it's well worth giving them a referral. And run targeted ads through social media to get new customers. Mainly Facebook is where you're going to be. Instagram is more for restaurants. But yeah, definitely get your marketing out there. Once you're established is when you want to go to this. We'll go over how to run ads in our coaching program, which is the sponsor of this video. So make sure you check that out if you want to check that out. We'll post a link in the chat for you. And just check that program out. We can teach everybody how to run Facebook ads, how to market their business. That's a big part of it as well. So make sure you check that out. Fifth one, restaurants. This is one that I would recommend as number 5 for sure. It's going to be the most fickle. Chefs are fickle sometimes, and you're usually going to want fancier crops, which you're not going to grow in the beginning. You're going to grow more towards when you're more established. So I know everybody wants to run out and go to restaurants first, but I think they're number 5 on the list. You got your grow down pretty much consistently enough to start fulfilling consistent orders. Start contacting the restaurants. Don't be afraid to talk to the chef. The chefs are where you want to talk to. You want to talk to them chefs. Them are the ones that are going to really provide you. If you get to the owner or the manager, sometimes they'll block you more. So if you can get to the chef, that's the best way to go, is get to the chef. They're always looking for new and inventive ways to add items to the menu. Make sure you bring samples every time you go. You should always bring samples and order information every time you talk to the chef. So every time you bring something, you're going to bring samples. You're going to bring information sheet every time, because they will lose it in a restaurant. They'll set it down. Somebody screwed it off the trash. It end up on the floor, whatever. Always bring more information every time you go with samples. And we go into detail how to do this in our program as well. There are many ways to get customers for microgreen business. Literally anybody that eats is a customer potential. Now, not all people are going to eat microgreens, but they're all potential customers. So make sure, you get, everybody can be a customer. But these were the top 5 ways we found starting a business for us to get you started. And of course, as you advance, you will want customer acquisition strategy. Remember, sorry about that. Remember, building a business takes time and patience and persistence. So it's a constant battle of going in and talking to people. You may have to talk to people 10, 20 times, 5 times, 2 times, maybe 1. But you want to be persistent without being pushy. So you want to go in on a consistent basis. They know you're going to be there, especially restaurants. They're going to want to know you're going to be there. So keep going back in there. And their microgreen supplier or produce supplier may be making them mad that week, and you might be there. This is a perfect time to grab their business. So keep going in. Your goal is to, when you get a customer, is not to just build a sell, but build a relationship with them. Each of your customers is able to repeatedly, consistently with them. So you want to have a great relationship with them. Be personable, know their name, know who they are. When you go in, say, hey, Tony, how you doing today? If you know something about them, hey, how's your kid doing? How was that ball game? Whatever. Find information out about them. Be personable. You're going to be better than just a big produce person that's delivering to them, drop it off, and run out the door. So you want to make sure you feel local and you're there. So make sure that you're consistent, repeat, and build relationships with them. Get to know them. But we'll go over that part a bit more next week when we go over how to keep customers. So we'll go over next week, the same time here, 8 o'clock, how to keep your customers, which will be a little bit more detailed on that, and how to keep your customers after that. So this is how to get your customers. We'll talk next week about how to keep your customers. So these are the first few ways we got our first customers and really started to build our microgreen business. We'll go over the sales avenues and more where to sell microgreens video on this channel. You can check that out. We already have a video on that, where to sell microgreens. And go a bit more detail in our coaching program as well. We go really in depth in that coaching program. So make sure you check that out. And thanks for watching this presentation. And we now will get over to Q&A time. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining tonight. That was our first episode of this series on how to grow microgreen, or how to get customers for your microgreen business. It's a little bright. And we're going to go into like a Q&A session. If anybody has any questions about the business, any comments, anything about getting customers and how to get customers, kind of want to keep it on that focus. But we can go into some general questions as well. So feel free to ask away in the comments. And just say hello. If you're here, say hi. Where you're tuning in from. How long you've been growing microgreens. How long you've been in business, or are you just growing for yourself? And we got the links there for our business coaching program. You can check that out. We are going to do a giveaway tonight, so stay tuned for that. For anybody who's active in here and everything, we're going to do a little bit of a giveaway tonight. If you want to, you can go ahead and put in, you only need to enter one time here. But just put in hashtag coaching. Hashtag coaching. And then that will go in there, and we will do a drawing near the end of this video, end of this episode. And we'll be giving that a 1 month free to our business coaching program. Hello, Sir Take a Lot. How are you tonight? How do you dress when you're going to see a chef and just stopping by? Kind of casually, business casual, maybe at the best, but fairly casual. You obviously don't want to go with holes in your shirts, or, just a holey shirt or dirty clothes or anything like that. But you do not have to dress fancy, anything like that, especially if you're talking to the chefs. Now, if you're going to a 5-star restaurant, you want to dress a little bit up for that. So match your dressing to what the clientele is. But most of the time, we're trying to go in when there's nobody in the restaurants, going through the back door. I don't think we've entered through the front door once. We knock on the back door and kind of just go through the back door to talk to people, talk to the chefs, and going between like 2 and 4. So nothing fancy. Hello, Doug. Just did his first farmer's market. Awesome. How'd that go for you? How much did you take? Did you sell everything? Was it a great experience? Yeah, we did 2 farmers markets this week, and 4 total this week. We did. We do 1 on Wednesday, Thursday nights, 2 on Saturday, and this week we start 1 on Sunday. So we'll be doing 5 markets in total this week. We do have an employee that does 1 of them, maybe 2 of them, most likely 2 of them. An employee will be doing them, which we just hired this month, this month of May. He started the first part of this May, so that was exciting to have somebody else clean the trays and label and date stuff for us and everything. So just taking some of them little tasks off. So, but it took us a year and a half to get there. So it wasn't from day one, that's for sure. What else? Yeah, I can show you the picture of the trays that we did today. Maybe after they were harvested. Doug had a few sales, took sample boxes and several trays. It's awesome. Are you harvesting trays live and putting them in packagings then? Is that how you're doing it? That's a good way to do it, if you can. We're just too busy at the markets that we go to that we gotta have them packaged ready to go. We do usually bring trays to display, but we don't harvest and put them in the trays. Put them in containers there. I'll get that picture up here in just a second. But yeah, if you can harvest live and put in the container for them, that is an awesome way to go, for sure. I would need a third person in the booth with us. We already takes two of us to run it just to be able to hand packaging out and take sales. A lot of times there's multiple people at the stands and you got to take them and divide them up and conquer and get their money while they're standing in front of us. So video yet? Pictures? But farm markets are a lot of fun. Get to meet a lot of people. It's a good time. What are the sizes of some of your leaf at the market? Peas, broccoli. Hold on. She's got the video up. All right. So this is the trays we did today. You can see there. That's after they're harvested, before they're dumped out. Was it 170 trays, roughly? 172 trays today. So yeah, it's a lot. What are some of the sizes of your leaves at harvest? Yeah, there's not big catalinas. You can see, like, if you watch any of our other videos, like, we don't have one on cabbage yet, but it's very similar to broccoli. You can look at the peas and the broccoli video. They're not very big. Peas are obviously the biggest ones. Them are 4 to 5 inches or so. That's a radish picture right before it's getting ready to get harvested. You can see there. They're not huge by any means. Sunflowers are down below. Leeks are next to them, if you're wondering. That's leeks. So they're not big leaves. Definitely want to get the sunflowers before you get the true leaf. Radishes, you can go a little bit longer, but you don't want to get them too lengthy. They start spreading that nutrients around. So you want to get them when they're still nutrient dense. So we don't try to let them get too big. Looking for a picture of broccoli to show you. Hey Reese, haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back to the live. Hello Patty. Patty is part of our coaching program that we do. So welcome to the YouTube live for you. Yeah, no problem, Sir Take a Lot. Happy to help. Reese is from New Zealand. Patty saying hello. Saying thank you. Yeah, with doing 3 people doing the harvesting, we 2 people are harvesting. Me and my wife are harvesting and packaging things, and then our employee is labeling and dating and putting them in the cooler. And then after that, we'll pack up for tomorrow's delivery. So it doesn't take too long. It takes, we start around 8 o'clock in the morning and it goes to about 6 or so doing that. So between me and my wife, we're there the whole time, minus lunch. So say 8.5 hours to harvest. And then the employee is there from probably 5 hours max. Right, 5 hours he's there. 5 hours is the employee. So In total to harvest all them trays, if you add that together, 21 hours of labor. So, Reese, what temp do you keep your room at? We are between 72 to 75 degrees right now. We go through some really hot days and it's hard to keep it down too low. So we range in that high 75 range, but we like to keep it down to the 72. In Celsius, that is about 22 degrees. 22 to 24. Had to do some quick calculation there for you. It holds up pretty good. Everything grows still good at them temperatures. We do have an exhaust fan that blows hot air out. Fans in the room, obviously. So we keep the airflow. Temp is important, but probably the most important thing you can have is airflow. You want to have really good airflow. So Takeala's room is 80. Florida is hot. Yeah, hot and humid. Dehumidifiers are important also, especially at them. You can grow at 80. You just got to keep some good airflow so you don't get mold settling in. And you might have to seed less densely than somebody in a lower temperature, just so you don't have potential clumping or molding or anything in there. So you might have to grow a little bit different. It might take a little shorter time probably. At 80, you're probably going to grow at a shorter time frame. If we're growing at 10 days, you might grow at 8 days. So different environment's going to make a difference. But if you can, try to get that room down to that 72 to 75 range. Reese, heating my room just with the dehumidifier, range of 78 to 80. I will see the winter holds up. Need to supplement heat. Dehumidifier is 70 watts in a smallish garage. Yeah. As long as you can keep it above there, you'll probably be fine. Heating is not a problem for us. I don't know how many trays you're growing, Reese, but for us, being here, growing 170 trays a week right now, it definitely doesn't worry about heat. Even we were like 120 during the winter. Heat was not a problem. The room stayed nice and hot with all the microgreens growing in there and the lights on and dehumidifiers blowing and everything else. So dehumidifier is going to give heat off as well. So I think you'll be all right. My plants are done quick. Yep. And you just change when you're planting and when you need it. We do ours on a 10-day. You may do yours on a 7-day cycle. Whatever it is going to be different for sure. A few degrees can make a difference. Just make sure you have good airflow and good dehumidifier pulling out the humidity. They're going to be your two biggest killers, in my opinion. If you haven't seen, make sure you check out. We are doing a free month of our coaching program. All you got to do is put #coaching in there, and it will enter you. And we will do a drawing out here in just a little bit towards the end of this. So make sure you stick around for that. It's a 1 month free. It's a $29.95 value currently. As we get more students, that price will go up to $39.95. You do get the 2 bi-weekly Zoom calls. There are question and answers in detail, a little bit more than this. And then also all the back end of how to run everything, how to do advertisement, how to run your business. So it is a really not a one-on-one coaching, but a coaching program along with a microgreen program. How would you say? Yeah, our goal in that program is to help you see this business and grow your business and hold your hand and pull you up as we pull up, as we go up, and make sure you see it as a business and any problems you have coming up. And then we have our private Discord group with that where you can get a hold of us. A lot of people ask us questions throughout the week, and we're pretty fast getting back. Mondays obviously are a challenge sometimes just because of the time frame of harvest and everything else. But with that Discord group, we're there to answer, and then other people in that community can answer as well if they have anything. Post your success stories in there. A lot of fun in that Discord group. Every once in a while we'll pop on Discord and do a little coaching training as well as a bonus for anybody who's around if you need help with anything that's going up Pacific. So definitely check that out, and she'll post that link again in the comments here for anybody who's missed it. Reese has also installed an exhaust fan and ceiling. It turns out on at 27 degrees Celsius and back at 26.7. It's a lifesaver. Can't believe it didn't have this before. Yes, it's been great for us as well. If you have anywhere ability to add an exhaust fan in your grow space, highly recommended. Do you have pictures to show there, dear? So this is one of our farmers markets set up. This was last weekend. You can see there. So we do 2 table setup with 2 racks on either side there, and then crates with the pricing and information of the products on the sides there. And then our van's parked in the back there. So yeah. Because we got $5 items on this side, $4 items on the other side, on the left side. I think it's your left side, and the right side here. And then we do a mix and match of $5 for 5 items for $20. People can read the information, they can see the package. It looks more like a grocery store kind of setup. It's kind of what we were going with still a farm look. We also do sell eggs too. We do have chickens, So that is our setup that we do on the Saturday farmers market. Each market's a little different in the space that we have available. There we have 20-foot wide space by 10 feet deep. That is a 12 by 12 tent that we use. So yeah, pretty good setup. And as a reminder, make sure everybody has liked this video. We really appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button down there to help you get this out to more people. Helps that YouTube algorithm that they know that you like this video, and it goes out to other people, and it really helps grow our channel as we are approaching 1,000 subs. And if you haven't subbed yet, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach that magical 1,000 for YouTube, so we're at 912 I believe now, so 913. We're at 913. Got another one, so we'd really appreciate that if you help us out with that. And just help get things out to more people so we can help more people. Reese has been growing for 10 months. Over the summer, I opened both doors to the garage, opposite ends, to maintain the temperature and great airflow. Awesome. But not so great when autumn came around and needed to control it a little bit better. Yeah. When the temperatures start dropping, definitely changes. You can't just leave the doors open or windows open or whatever the temperature drops. But you might need some heat supplement depending on how much you're growing. But we shut the vents off of heat in our room for the winter because the house is actually heating. We don't need it in the room. It gets way too hot in here if we do that. So and we lost a couple crops because we had it way too hot with the heater blowing directly on them. So different environments, different things. Best thing to do is try to control it consistently, always at that 72 to 75 range, and don't do that. So, hey, sorry I missed that. What items are you selling for $4, and what are the items for $5 at the farmers market? The items for $5 are the specialty items. Let's say amaranth, beets, popcorn, things like that. And then any of the salad blends that we have that are our special salad blends, they are also $5, and they are bigger sizes as well. They're like 2.5 ounces in them. And then the $4 ones are more like just the broccoli, peas, sunflowers, radishes, spicy salad mix, babas, stuff like that are the $4 items one. So them are like 1.5 to 1.75 ounces in a container. And so we sell them at $4. We used to sell everything at $5. We did last year. You can definitely do that. We save some money now that we can buy in bulk soil, bulk seeds, bulk everything, bulk packaging, drop that price down, labels down. So we just kind of passing the cost on to the consumer and giving them a little better deal. And in the grocery store, they're selling them for $4 them items. So thought it'd be prudent to sell them at $4 at the market as well. Doug, it was 93 here and well over 100 sometimes this summer. How do you keep your packages fresh in the heat at the market? We only put out one variety of each. So that's one item. And I don't think you can see them, but I have a cooler back here and a cooler back here on either side for whichever items they are. The $4 items in one cooler, the $5 items in that cooler. And we get them straight out of the cooler for the consumer. And we rotate them packages out like every hour, maybe every half hour. It's really hot, maybe every 15 or 20 minutes. We rotate them packages out so they don't get hot and look bad, because they can look bad too if you got products up there just looking bad. So we'll rotate them products out. The consumer never gets one of them products that are up there. They always get a cold product out of the cooler. Miguel, hello, how are you? Can you grow mint microgreens? I've seen anything on that on the web. You can, but you're going to be looking at probably 7-8 weeks on a grow, and they're still going to be itty bitty. I know that's our business name, but we don't want to quite that small. You can. It takes up a lot of space, a lot of time. If you have a lot of room, go for it, but you're going to have to ask for a very premium price on that products, because it just takes forever for them to grow, and they don't grow very much. You're not going to have a high yield.
And we grow mint cuttings more so than
We grow mints from the full size.
cuttings, like rubber mints. So instead of growing the seed, we grow mint cuttings. They're the size ones.
Yeah, we just grow the full size ones. We don't grow the microgreen ones. You probably don't see it because people have tried and it's pretty hard, so don't do it. Prime time, you're welcome. And if that's Deion Sanders, we can talk. Probably aging myself with that one, so if anybody's a sports fan. Any tips on boiling the core to kill any eggs in it? I've had a problem with that. Well, I'm going to give you my recommendation. Use a good soil base. Core, there's way too many problems. You have to add more nutrients, everything else. We are going to do another experiment with core. Right now we're doing an experiment with worm casting and with Gaia Green. In a trace, equal growing, everything, to see how it's going. We do have on our videos of Gaia Greens on ones. You can check them out on the broccoli and arugula. There wasn't much difference with that, but we're trying a different method, and we're going to see that. But then the next experiment we're doing is with the core again, cocoa core, and see how it goes this time. But a good soil is really what you need. That's what they're meant to grow into. You don't have to add nutrients. The soil, like a Pro Mix BX or something like that, is going to help you with the watering tremendously. So my recommendation is get a soil. Cores has got so many issues. Get a good soil and you'll be good. Reese, is there myth true that plain hard rock sunflowers help shed the hulls? We play a lot of rock music within the grow area, and we don't have as many problems with seed hulls, but we do swipe them off. I'm sure the music's not really helping, but if you get it loud enough and you get some good vibration, that'll probably help. So just turn it up. I have seeds not germinating around the edges of my trays. What do you think that might be? Not germinating during germination. So we want to make sure when you're watering our method, we wet the soil. After we compress the soil in the tray, we wet the soil, we seed, and then we wet it again. We give it another watering, and we make sure that we hit the edges and the centers. You make sure you hit the whole tray. If you continue to have problems and you're doing that during germination, even while they're stacked, you don't have to unstack them. I do not recommend unstacking them and misting them. But if you're having problems, just get a hose and mist around the side of them and give them a little bit of water on the edges. But don't lift them up. Don't disturb them during that 3 to 4 day germination. Just mist around the outsides of them while they're stacked, and that should help you as well. Fill the base. That's right. Can you talk about your pricing of microgreens and where area you have to pay duties on seeds imports? Well, pricing microgreens, I'm going to refer you to our business coaching program because we go detailed into that. We have a whole spreadsheet on how to price your microgreens based on the cost per ounce, and we have a formula that figures that out for you. And then you get to price them out for retail, wholesale, restaurants. You get that with our program. You get that with 1 month of $29.95. You'll get that for that, and you'll have that. You can cancel after that, honestly, but hopefully you don't. Hopefully you see value in that course and you stay. But for that, if you buy it for $29.95, you have that, and you have the coaching program as well, and you get that within there. It's a downloadable Excel document. You can convert it over to Google Sheets if you need to, but it goes into detail and just sets it out for you of how to do that. So might want to check that out. Maybe you'll win if you put hashtag coaching in tonight, and then you'll have currently only have 4 entries for the coaching program thing. So make sure you put in hashtag coaching, and then you might win and you'll get that. But it's all about costs and how you price your microgreens. So you got to figure out your costs and then how much you can sell them for after that. What soil do you recommend? I purchased so much core. I'm set for a while, but I'd like to next time try soil without any problems, more expensive. We use a ProMix BX. You can use a ProMix MP and a ProMix HP. They all work great too. We tested all of them, and we found the ProMix BX worked best for us. So that's my recommendation. Yeah, by the time you start adding nutrients into the core and the time of doing that and everything else, our soil cost us 78 cents a tray. So it's not too bad. We just add core to the soil. I'm going 50/50 with shifting the garden soil. In the landscaping yard, I lose 40% mass to bark, but it's cheaper than just using core here in New Zealand. The core adds water retention. Yeah, that's a good way to go about it. You can add the 50/50 mix. I do know that. So, all right, we're up to 5 entries in that. So make sure you put hashtag coaching to get a chance to enter into 1 month free of our coaching program. And then you will get spreadsheets and information right off the bat. Our bi-weekly is next week. Is our bi-weekly that we go into detail. It's just all questions and answers. And it's set for an hour, but we usually go well over that. And if you need any attention one-on-one, we can set up a time for that as well, as long as you're in the program. Discord, we usually do that on. You can ask questions in Discord. We do have a one-on-one coaching program as well. It's a one-time hour long for $97. You can do that. If you do buy the 1 hour coaching program and you want a one-on-one session with us, you'll get the 1 month free of the business coaching program as well. That comes with it as well. So we buy our ProMix BX at a local store. Here it's an Ace Hardware that we get it at. And we also source it at a local nursery if they don't have it. The local nursery only has the smaller bags, not the bells. And the Ace Hardware can get the bells for us. We just order them through them, and then they get it shipped in. But the best sources usually are your local nursery. We just happen to find it at the Ace Hardware that they could order it from for us. So we're the only one buying it, but they order it in for us. And they don't charge for that. Just the normal price. And we got an account set up with them, so we don't pay taxes and all the fun stuff. So, got mine in a local hydroponics shop, and then again, I'm in Michigan, so there are a lot of them. Yeah, them are great sources. Your local, for bad lack of terms, pot shops. They're ones that specialize in that. They usually charge more for their soil. Because people that are growing that kind of crops they'll pay more. They're not worried about the pricing. So shop around, look at your local hardware stores, look at your local nurseries, hydroponic shops, pot shops. Shop around and try to find the one that has the best price for you. Thanks for the help, brother. How do I get into the wholesale pricing for? Yeah, ask. Best thing is to say is, hey, I am a microgreen grower, or I'm a farmer, and I'm going to be buying 10 of these a week, 5 of these a week, whatever it is. What's the best price you can get for me? And what do I need to do to get wholesale price? What do I need to do to get tax exempt? What all is the steps that you require for me to do? And they're usually pretty forward with that. You might have to contact an office or something, but they're all, the nurseries are usually on site, so you can talk to them right then and there. The local Ace Hardware here, they were in town, but they have like 6 locations, so they weren't at the location we were doing at, so we just talked to them on the phone. So it wasn't too bad. We got that set up. Yeah, just ask. And the employee probably that you ask is not going to know, and they're going to have to refer you to the manager. Then the manager's going to have to refer you to the office, but you have to go through them steps to get to the right person. Going to have to check out Ace. Didn't know they could get Pro Mix. Yeah. We just gave them you can look it up online too and get the code for them, your UCP code for whatever one you're looking for. And then just give that to them. They usually can find it and order it. So, yep. Ask your local nursery and see if they have the Pro Mix. I'm not sure where you're from, Alex, but yeah, nurseries are usually the best sources. And Ace is the friendly place.
Helpful place for the helpful hardware.
The helpful hardware folks. So, and I think they still hold that pretty well. Every time we go in, I think we have about four people ask us if we need any help. And we know where we're going. Obviously, we're there to just pick up the soil. So most of the time, we get other things from them, but most of the time, that's all we're using them for. So, but yeah, they're very helpful. They do a good job. I like Ace. From South Texas, small town. Hope they have it, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, just ask them. Give them a code. Give them a UCP code or something of what you're getting. Look that up online. Artist the product. Usually they can go in and look it up. But I do know another grower that's in Texas, more in the Dallas area, and she went to the local nursery. She went to a local nursery, and they did have to order it in for her, but they did order it in, and she got it. So you're probably not going to find it on the shelf in Texas, but if you ask, they can probably order it in for you. So just check that out. She did have to have them order it in for her. I know she's more north than you, but I'm sure it's probably going to be the same situation. All right. Is everybody ready for a giveaway? We currently only have 6 entries. Says we have 10 people on the stream. So if you haven't entered yet, go ahead and enter. I'm going to give it just another 45 seconds to a minute here, roughly. And then we're going to do the drawing for that. yeah, 6 entries. So good chance of winning tonight. And we'll probably do that fairly often, if not on every weekly show here. And if you don't win, make sure you still check out the coaching program. It's well worth the value. I should be probably charging $100 a month for it, considering you get that coaching twice a month. That's until there. You get the Discord group. We answer questions all the time, usually daily. Multiple people pop in on Discord and do lives on there occasionally, and then all the back end. And the next videos are coming out are going to be really, really intense on how to market your business. So you definitely want to check it out, because that's the biggest way to get business to grow, is do that. All right. So here we go. We're going to draw for the winner here. Good luck to all 6 entries that are in there. And here we go. Doug. Doug is the winner tonight. Good job, Doug. Doug, if you shoot us an email at support, right? Support at Itty Bitty Microfarm. We will get you set up on that and get you in that coaching program. Good time for it. Just the start of the month. A lot of great things going on. So congratulations to Doug. Send us an email. We'll verify that you are the right person and all that. We'll go through all that steps and everything else. So congratulations to Doug. Hopefully Doug is still here. But yeah, anybody got any last minute questions or comments or anything tonight? Yes, there's Doug. You're welcome, Doug. Hey, there will be another chance to enter next week, or you can go just check it out as well. Alex, do you all farm for a living, or is it a side hustle? Hoping I'm out of line asking it. No, you are fine. It has been a full time for us since last May. Last May of 2021, so a little bit over a year now. We have been full-time. We are growing the business every month, more and more sales, more and more customers, and that's the reason why we want to teach everybody how to do it and to do the same thing from somebody who is growing. You can find a lot of people coaching out there, a lot of programs out there. They're either way advanced from you and they're no longer growing themselves, or they've stopped growing and they're just coaching. They're just teaching. So just keep in mind who you're learning from. We want to bring everybody up with us and go. So no, we are full-time. You were fine asking that question, full-time for over a year now. I'm sorry, Sir Take a Lot. Make sure you check in next week. That's awesome. I didn't know what to study and didn't want to deal with school. Maybe this could be my new career. A vertical farming, indoor farming, I believe, is the future, guys. It's the way we're going to have to go. We need to go. We want to feed more people. We want to feed people nutritious food. It's going to have to be microgreens and indoor farming, vertical farming. So this is a great space to be in now. Get in it now before the real craze happens. It's getting more and more popular as we go here. So definitely go after it, I believe so. This is the time. All right. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Looks like that's all the questions anybody had or anything. Enjoy being on here doing this. Check out next week as we do episode 2 of how to keep your customers. And then also check out our coaching program. We'll be glad to have you all in there, and welcome Doug to our coaching program. And we will see you guys all next week or over in the coaching program. Thank you a lot. And yes, Oz is right over there to my right, doing all the back end stuff. So thank you, Oz. Better known as Jessica.